introduce Denny to the group. It's usually that I'm the one on front stage, but this time it's Denny, and he's the one who's the talented one who really deserves to be up here on the stage. So now there are a couple little stories before we start. First of all, oops. So I don't know, I'm not as good at that. First of all, people have asked me, well, why did you ever marry somebody who's a ventriloquist, And I said, and well, now that I look back on it, I do kind of wonder, but no, actually, in those days when we were in college and we were dating, Denny did a lot of ventriloquist work, and he paid his way through school doing this. And so at certain times of the year, he'd have a whole string of shows, maybe 2 a day. And there was one night, and he took me along, and we flew in an airplane. This is mostly out in Nebraska. So we flew from, one end of Nebraska to the other end of Nebraska. The stars are out, it was beautiful. And I thought, well, geez, this guy is going somewhere. I need to marry this guy looks pretty good. But we had to have a little agreement beforehand because I said, this was a little prenuptial, no wife jokes and no stories about life at home or anything. I said, that's off the table. And so I guess he wanted to get married, enough that he gave up the wife jokes. And but it's been so much fun. It's been so much fun as a family. We embarrassed all the kids when they were young. When they were young, they thought it was great. And then they got a little older, and we embarrassed them. But now that they're older, they think it's really, this really cool. Dad does this. So you go in cycles. So anyway, I do have to say that it is truly my pleasure. Denny is always the one that's kind of standing behind me and holding me up. Well, tonight it's my pleasure to introduce Denny Naughton, and I think Grandma's coming. So have fun.
Thank you, Gail, I think. Times like introductions like that, I wish I needed no introduction. Your microphone, Grandma.
That's nice, yes, I got my own mic. Yeah. Testing. It works too, yeah.
It's a nice gimmick.
It's Nell's idea.
Yeah. Well, it's sure nice to have you here. It's nice to be here. Nice of you to come out.
Yes, and it's nice for everybody to come and support the National Czech and Slovak Museum. I love that Slovak, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost didn't come.
You didn't come?
Why not? I went to the doctor.
You went to the doctor?
I got so depressed.
You got depressed from going to the doctor. Why is that?
You see, the doctor today told me that every day of my life until I die, I got to take 1 pill a day.
Well, that's not so bad. A lot of people take medicine, especially as they get a little farther along in years. And I guess that's not too bad. Why would that get you so depressed?
Well, I don't know. I just got depressed.
Why did you get depressed?
Well, she only gave me 7 pills.
Well, you don't look very sick to me, Grandma. I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm in pretty good shape.
You're in good shape?
Yep, I'm very fit.
You're fit?
Yep.
And do you do something to keep fit and stay young?
Yes, I exercise.
Exercise, well, that's good.
I got a whole routine.
Yeah, well, that's good. You got a routine?
Yeah.
What kind of things do you do?
Well, when it comes to exercise, I believe you should start slow, then taper off.
Do you do anything like running or jogging or weightlifting?
Well, not too much. That's hard on you, I got a split personality. What's that? Yeah, one side of me likes deer and pretzels. Yeah, yeah. The other side don't like pretzels. Yeah, I see. Well, that's interesting. So you don't do any jogging? Oh, I tried jogging. You did? You tried jogging? Yes. I tried it once. You tried it once, yeah. Yeah, I had the same problem as Dolly Parton.
Oh, why? What happened?
Well, every time I turned a corner, I went into a tailspin.
I see. I see. Well, do you look like you're in pretty good shape, and you still look pretty young.
Well, I am. I'm very young.
How old are you anyway?
Dennis, didn't your mother teach you it's not polite to ask a lady her age?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ask to do anything impolite.
Yeah, well, it's not right to ask a lady. I'm 102 if it's any of your business.
Yeah, well, why don't you? Well, you're 102. That's pretty good age. You really look fit for 102.
Yes, I'm in good shape.
Oh well, what is your secret to living that long?
I just lived that long.
I see. I see. Well, you're pretty old.
Yeah, I know, but I lived that long.
I see. Do you have a secret to old age?
No, not really.
Well, do you you eat a balanced diet?
Oh, yeah. I eat a lot of things. Yeah, beer and pretzels.
Yeah, I see.
I have energy drink.
Oh, energy drink?
Yeah, that's a pizza and a six-pack.
Yeah, I see. Well, you get to that old, I guess you can do about anything you want.
Yes, I guess I can. Yeah. I used to eat a lot of natural foods.
Yeah.
Then I found out that most people die of natural causes.
I see. That's probably not a good idea. Well, you must have some other secret to old age. You take a lot of vitamins?
Well, I take a few vitamins.
You do. But you don't really drink other than maybe beer?
Well, I sometimes gargle with whiskey, and often it slips.
I see. So you don't drink too much?
No, not too much. Yeah, just medicinal purposes.
Yeah, I can just imagine. You must have some other secret. Have you ever been sick?
No, not really. I'm pretty healthy.
I see. You ever been in the hospital?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember it anyway.
Oh, that's good. Have you ever been bedridden?
Oh, yeah, many times. Yeah, I even did it in a buggy once.
I see. That's not quite the answer I expected.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty good shape. Yeah, I can still jump as high as I ever did.
That's right. That's good.
I just can't stay up as long.
I see. Well, you're doing okay then.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. We know that you come from reading the newspaper. You probably come from Pocahontas, Iowa.
Yeah, that's where you're from.
Yeah. I come from the same place.
Yeah, I come from there.
Yeah. And your family?
Oh, I got a husband. His name is Hubert.
You got a husband?
Yeah. Hubert, he's a nice guy. Yeah. He's a little bit younger.
I see.
I robbed the cradle. He's only 82.
I see.
And I got a son, Delbert.
Delbert, that's your son?
Yeah.
And what does he do?
Well, he's a serial entrepreneur.
Oh, he started his own business?
Well, yeah, he tried.
He tried.
Yeah, his first business was in publishing and didn't go so well.
Why not?
Well, his first book was an Amish phone book.
I see.
Then he tried inventing. He's a mechanical guy.
That's good.
During the farm crisis, he invented a tractor with no seat and no steering wheel. It's the farmers that lost their butt and got no place to turn.
I see. I heard a sigh in the audience.
Let's move on.
Yeah, we should probably move on. So Delbert's not doing so well.
No, he finally got a job with a factory.
Oh, a factory.
Yeah, then the company had to relocate.
That's good. That's very, very common,
Yeah, he's still trying to find out where he went.
So he's still in Pocahontas. Yeah, the factory's gone. Yeah, I can imagine. And you say you have a husband. Yeah, Hubert. And is he here with you tonight? No, he's out in Montana. What's he doing in Montana? He went bear hunting. Wait a minute. Your husband's 82 years old and he went bear hunting? Yeah, he goes hunting all the time. Oh, is that right? But he's on the way back now. Oh, he's on the way back? Yeah, he and his buddy Clem, they were driving out there to Montana and they saw a sign. A sign said, "They're left." So they did. They're on the way home. Well, I'd say your husband's Hubert is his name. Yeah, Hubert, yeah. And he sounds like a pretty adventurous guy for 82 years old. Oh, he does a lot of things like that. Yeah, well, that's good, yeah. Last year he went on a safari. Yeah, went elephant hunting. Oh, my, got in the hospital, though. Oh, he ended up getting injured? Yeah, a little bit, yeah. What, an elephant attack him or run over him? No, he got a hernia from carrying the decoys. I see. That's too bad. Yeah. And he does a lot of things like that. Yes. He's a fisherman also. Oh, he goes fishing. Yeah. Last year he took one of his friends from Japan fishing. He got upset though. The guy ate all the bait. The Japanese guy. Yeah. So do you hunt and fish too? Well, no, but he tells me about it. Oh, he does? Yeah, he told me the difference between a hunter and a fisherman. The difference between a hunter and a fisherman. Yeah. Oh, what's the difference between a hunter and a fisherman? Well, he says a hunter lies and waits. That's right. That's probably what they do. Yeah, they wait for the prey to come. Yeah. And then a fisherman, he waits and lies. I see. Well, he's always on these adventures. Yeah, last winter he went skiing. You're 82, your husband, he went skiing. Yeah, him and Clem, they went up there to Wyoming or Colorado someplace. I see, yeah. Yeah, they got stuck in a snowdrift. Oh, they did? Yeah, in a blizzard. Yeah, oh, that's too bad. Yeah, so Hubert, he gets out of the car and he walks up to this ski lodge and he goes in. And right there in the ski lodge, there's a bunch of lawyers sitting around a fire. Oh, bunch of lawyers. Yeah. And they just sitting there, and they didn't let Hubert get up close to the fire. Is that right? Yeah. One of them turned to Hubert and he says, "Boy, buddy, you look like you've been through hell." And Hubert says, "That's right." And so then what happened? The guy said, "Well, tell us a little bit. What's it like out there?" And Hubert says, "Well, it's just like it is in here. The lawyers are close to the fire." I see. Well, is Hubert ever home? Yeah, well, he's home once in a while. I see. And what does he do when he's home? Oh, he hangs out with his buddies downtown. I see. Yeah. The other day I was lurking around the house and he was downtown. I called in on his cell phone. Oh, he's got a cell phone. Yeah. I called in. I said, "Would you bring home a bottle of cheer?" Yeah. He brought home Jack Daniels. Yeah. I see. And does he ever stay home? Oh, yeah, he stays home once in a while. And you and he ever spend time together? Oh, yeah, the other night we were in bed together. Oh, that sounds romantic. Oh, it was very romantic. I see. And so what happened? Well, I said to him, "Hubert, do you remember when we were first dating?" And he said, "Well, yeah. And then what happened? I said, "Well, Hubert, remember when we were dating, you used to hold my hand?" Yeah. And he said, "Yeah." And so he reached over and he held my hand, real nice, yeah. And so then what happened? Well, I said, "Hubert, and when you held my hand here, remember you used to give me a little kiss on the cheek?" And so what happened? He was snoring. So I woke him up. I see. Then what happened? Well, he reached over and kissed me on the cheek. Wasn't that nice? Yeah. And so then what happened? Well, I said, "Hubert, do you remember when you kissed me on the cheek? Sometimes you would nibble on my ear." And so he jumped right out of bed and ran for the door. "What did you do that for?" I says, "Hubert, where are you going?" He says, "To get my teeth." So Hubert's quite the guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, the other day he was downtown with the guys, and he came home middle of the afternoon. Yeah, well, that's good. And I was just taking a bath, and I come out of the bathroom. I was stark and naked. Oh, my, yeah. And I says, Hubert, you're home. We can have soup or sex. You said that? Yeah. And Hubert, he says, I'll have the soup.
I see. Well, he's quite the guy.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the folks before we take a little break and see if Ralph is here? Ralph is a little late.
He is? Yeah, I noticed. He didn't show up yet?
No. Well, he had a little emergency.
Emergency?
Yeah, his wife is in the hospital today, so he had to wait till the doctor released him.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't know. We could just wish the folks thank you for coming and supporting the Czech and Slovak Museum. Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, they're all supporters. They laugh a lot.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, and you could
and when you go home tonight, I want you to think about one very important thing.
What's that?
Should the Electoral College have a PTA?
Oh, come on now. You're talking about the election.
Well, I'm politically oriented.
Oh, you are?
Yes. You know, last year during the campaign, Donald Trump came to my house.
He did?
Oh, yeah, he went right to my house. We had a nice visit in the living room.
Oh, that's good.
So we sat there, and he sat on the couch, and I had a bowl of peanuts sitting on the coffee table, and he ate the whole thing.
Donald Trump ate all of your peanuts?
Yep, he ate the whole thing.
Well, it's too bad.
Then he says, well, Grandma, I'm afraid I ate all your peanuts. And I said, oh, Donnie, that's okay. Since I lost my teeth, all I do is suck off the chocolate.
So he's...
But he thanked me.
Are you a fan of Donald Trump?
Not really. No.
Yeah. I hear he's out of the country now.
Yeah, boy, what a shame. It's a surprise they let him leave. You know, it's against the law to leave the scene of an accident.
Well, we're going to take a break now, and we'll see if we can get Ralph up here and have him do a little music.
That would be so sweet. You sit tight right there. We're going to take a break, and if you got to go potty like I do, you can sure do that right now, okay? We're going to go take a break. Bye-bye.
I'm glad to be here. My wife, Monday morning, when I was getting ready for my day, we got done with our breakfast. My wife just retired from Clark, which is now called Clark University in Dubuque. She spent 35 years as the chair of the computer science department, and so now she's a full-time retiree grandma. And we've got a 15-year-old granddaughter who's going on 28. She just started talking to me again within the last 6 months, which is really nice after 2 years of me not being funny anymore. And then I've got a 6-year-old that's, the 15-year-old is Ava Grace, the 6-year-old is Viviana Joy. And then we've got a brand new one that's 2 years old, her name is Penelope Florence. So we were sitting at the table this morning talking about them, and we got one of these brand new Samsung refrigerators, which they call the family hub. You can put all the pictures of the grandkids on the door. When the kids come over, they can draw on the front of the refrigerator on the whiteboard. If you're at the store and you don't know what you have in there, it's got 3 cameras. You can pull it up and see if you're out of milk. So we're talking about all the stuff that just happens every day. So I got up from the table and went to get ready, and I came back down the hallway, and she's sitting in the living room, which she never does, and she looked at me and she says, I think I'm having a heart attack. I'll get dressed. And I put my clothes on, and I got her to Mercy in Dubuque, and she was certainly under a lot of duress. In hindsight, will never do that again where I put her in my own car. I will call an ambulance, because if something would have happened, I would have never forgiven myself. But we got her there, and I certainly wouldn't be here tonight unless I had something really exciting to say. Just within the last hour and a half, 2 hours ago, they went in and they found that she had a blockage that was 99.9% blocked of one of the major arteries. And they were able to go in and put a stent in, and she's going to be fine. Thank you. She told me to get out of town because my wife has known Gail for a long time. And strictly on a personal note, you know, life is really unsure all these days that we're on this planet. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a big fan of the Beatles. I grew up watching the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. Who actually watched Ed Sullivan on February 9th? Okay, well, I was 8 years old at that time, and I decided I was going to play the guitar. And that's really changed my life, but I can't imagine not having this music to kind of make this work. And part of what I do is I'm the president of the Iowa Rock and Roll Music Association, because I understand the value and the importance of memorializing and keeping our history intact. I really believe it's important that we tell our story. One of my favorite people I used to watch all the time, and I still do, is 60 Minutes. The executive producer, his name is Don Hewitt. He said you could sum the whole world up in 4 words. Tell me a story. And really, that's what you're doing here. This is the reason why I'm here, because I'm passionate about how we build community. In Dubuque, Sunday, for example, I just put on our first veterans concert down at the Diamond Joe, where the veterans got in for free. The Diamond Joe fed them for free. And thank you. And for anybody that's a veteran out there, thank you for your service. But, you know, we want to make sure that we're the example that we can leave for our kids and our grandkids to realize that to build community, that means you need to step up and make good things happen, make things that are positive happen. But I'm really glad to be here tonight because music is such a big part of my life. My real day job, by the way, is I work for the Northeast Iowa Small Business Development Center as a business counselor, but I really don't use that title. I call myself an advocate. I work with existing business owners and entrepreneurs so that they can do what they want to do, which is really have something that's near and dear to their heart, something they're passionate about. And I work with them to make sure they understand how that happens, but I also talk to them every day about the one thing I've always tried to do, which is have fun. So let's have that right now. What do you think? Thank you. So I've got these grandkids, and they've got a great-grandmother, and this is one of the songs that she sang to them, and it's from 1927. If you know it, you can sing along. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. If I take from the top, you are my sunshine, my sunshine. Love it. The other night, dear, when I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. Now I hang my head and I cry all together now. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. One more time. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. And that is older than the Beatles. So anybody that grew up in the 60s, they were heavily influenced by the Beatles, obviously, and their story continues to this day. But I can remember sitting and watching the TV set with my dad. This was long before color TVs, long before remote controls, but they came on and my dad turned the TV set off because he said, we're not going to watch those girls. So this is my first act of civil disobedience. I walked over and turned it back on again. And at that point, You got to know my dad. My dad, for 70 years, ran the Oldsmobile dealership in Dubuque, Iowa. He retired at the age of 87. Lived to be 95. He hated long hair. Absolutely thought this was the worst thing that's ever happened. And he really didn't want me to be influenced by this by any stretch. So he went over and turned it off again, and I turned it back on again. And that's where my mom stepped in and said, listen, if it's that important to him, let him watch it. So, normally, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the Ed Sullivan Show every night on Sunday nights had an audience of 21 million people, which is incredible. Topo Gigio and plate spinning and all these acts that would come out. But really, most people don't realize the real story that led up to February 9th. And I don't know if you've heard it, but I'm going to give you the short version. Back in '63, what parents were getting their kids was the greatest new thing that's ever come down the line for kids for Christmas, called the transistor radio. And it wasn't plugged in anymore. It was like this big, and you could take it to bed with you. They were alarmed because kids were listening to the radio on an average of, 3 hours a day? This new technology is taking over their lives. Yeah, right. But there was a girl out in Washington, D.C. who actually had a friend, and this was one of those true stories that you just can't believe. But her parents, her dad worked for an airline. They brought a bootleg copy of I Want to Hold Your Hand back. And they, because of the power of the transistor radio, kids listening to the radio all the way through, they started calling the radio stations, and it really forced Capitol to move up the release date. But because of this, over the 6 weeks prior to February 9th, there was this momentum building, so that on the night of February 9th, 1964, instead of 21 million people tuning in, it was 74 million people. So that's really the first example of social media at work right there. This is the first song that America ever heard on that night. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. I'll pretend that I'm kissing the lips I am missing, and hope that my dreams will come true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. George Harrison. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. Thank you. I've just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place when we first met. She's just a girl for me. I want all the world to see we met. Had it been another day, I might have looked the other way, and I had never been aware. As it is, I'll dream of her tonight. Falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I have never known the likes of this. I've been alone and I have missed things and kept out of sight. Other girls are never quite like this. Falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. I've just seen the face, I can't forget the time or place when we first met. She's just a girl for me. I want all the world to see we met. Falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again. Falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back. Die, 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 die. Thank you. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance, that might have been. Sing along if you wanna. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I'm gonna die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. I'm through with romance, I'm through with love. I'm through with counting the stars above. And here's the reason that I'm so free. My loving baby, she's through with me. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, feel like I'm gonna die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. So I always like how that stuff gets connected together. So how many people remember Ron Howard? Little, you know. Well, they're going to rebroadcast this next song, but the true story behind it is that Paul McCartney lost his license, and he had to take a cab over to John's house because they were going to write some songs. And Paul, being Paul, said to the guy that drove him there, how's it going? And the guy goes, oh, man, I feel like I worked 8 days a week. Paul, being Paul, walks in and writes the song, of course, and the rest is history. But if you'd like to help me on this song, I'd sure appreciate it. So if I sing these words, hold me, if you'd clap, hold me. Let's try it once. Hold me, love me, hold me, love me. So when we get there, you can put that in. How's that sound? Okay. Ooh, I need your love, babe. Guess you know it's true. Hope you need my love, babe, just like I need you. Here you go. Hold me, love me, hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. Love you every day, girl. Always on my mind. One thing I can say, girl, love you all the time. Here we go. Hold me, love me, hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. Sing with me, please. 8 days a week. I love you. 8 days a week. Not enough to show I care. Ooh, I need your love, babe. Guess you know it's true. Hope you need my love, babe, just like I need you. Here we go. Hold me, love me, hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. You take it away. Ready? 8. 8 days a week. Not enough to show I care. Ooh, I need your love, babe. Guess you know it's true. Hope you need my love, babe, just like I need you. Last time. Hold me, love me, hold me, love me. I ain't got nothing but love, babe. 8 days a week. 8 days a week. 8 days a week. Thanks for helping on that. I have no idea. Denny, how much time? You got like a big hook comes out, takes me off, or how does that work? You want some more? Yeah. All right. Well, I don't do just the Beatles, but I do a lot of Beatles songs. But I do a lot of songs by America and Neil Young. And I try to mix it up so that people don't, quite know what's coming. So this is one that I think that Neil Young did a nice job on. He wrote it for his lead guitar player. And he obviously had a problem. And he didn't listen to Neil, so he didn't last on this planet. But it's called The Needle and the Damage Done. I caught you knocking at my cellar door. I love you, baby, can I have some more? The damage done. I hit the city and I lost my band. I watched a needle take another man. Gone, gone, the damage done. I sing my song because I love the man. I know that some of you don't understand. Milk blood to keep from running out. I seen the needle and the damage done. A little part of it in everyone. 'Cause every junkie's like a setting sun. Well, thank you. Two more? All right, so later after I grew up, I went to the University of Iowa, and it was the last year for Frank Lauterbur, the coach of the football team. I went to every game. I think we went 0-12. It's just, yeah, well, maybe 11 and whatever it was. We weren't paying that much attention after you lose the first, But anyway, I would play this song in the stairwells because you'd have a lot of natural reverb. And it's a good example of John Lennon trying to be vague so he wouldn't get in trouble at home. See, you remember this one. I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good? Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I woke, I was alone. This bird had flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. I want to thank you for lifting my spirits then on top of all the wonderful things that happened this afternoon. So these are like answered prayers, but this is my favorite song. And remember I told you my dad thought the Beatles would never last? Well, before my dad passed away, he had a little list of things he wanted me to do. He wanted a casket from the monks, but he insisted that we replace the cross with the rocket logo from Oldsmobile. You have to see the faces of people walking by and going, it's true. He asked me to get him his, he had an old 8-track because when he was selling Oldsmobiles, he got a free 8-track from General Motors with Moon River. So he wanted to hear Moon River one last time, and he loved Jimmy Durante, you know. And there was a song that Jimmy Durante did with Judy Garland called In My Merry Oldsmobile, which I certainly wasn't going to try to replicate. But anyway, this song is the song he asked me to sing for him at his life celebration. And I agreed to do that. And of course, this song is so important because this is a song I sang the day I married Sheila, the woman that came back to me today. There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. Affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you very much for listening.
I usually try to talk a little bit about my background, my history, where I come from, and how you get to be a ventriloquist. It may have become aware to you, I grew up in Pocahontas, Iowa, and that's a town that has only produced one ventriloquist that we know. Oh, there's a lot of interesting and somewhat weird people there, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about some of them. One of the things that you might have noticed in the last year about Pocahontas is the girls basketball team does pretty well there, and they've won the state championship in their division the last 2 years. When I was in school, they also had successful girls basketball tournament teams, and the boys basketball tournament teams, never got to tournament. And it seemed to be a tradition in Pocahontas that all the boys basketball coaches finally quit after a couple of years to sell insurance. And school teachers, they would do other things. They would take up farming. And my family was in the meat business. We had a meat market and a butcher shop and a slaughterhouse. And people would come into the slaughterhouse and the butcher shop. And I learned a lot of things about our community that way. There was one school teacher that decided he's going to get into the pig business. And I never will forget this. So he went out and he bought a couple sows, actually. And he came home one night. He was still teaching when they moved into this little acreage on the east edge of town. And he says to his wife, "You know, we got to get that sow bred." And so He said, you know, there's a farmer down the road about a half a mile. He'll breed your sow for $25. And he learned this from talking to a farmer next door. And the farmer said, but there's a little better sow, 3/4 a mile. That sow costs you, or that boar will breed your sow for $50. But if you want to go to the best sow in the Pocahontas County, you go all the way down the corner, turn left, and go a half a mile the other way. And that boar is going to cost you about $100 to breed your sow. So farmer gets up the next morning, he put the sow in the wheelbarrow. If you've ever been to western Iowa, you know it's pretty flat there. And I used to try to explain that to people in Dubuque, you know. They didn't get it. He pushed the sow down to that first place because being a school teacher, he didn't get very well paid, and so he left the sow there all day, came back that night, put the sow back in the wheelbarrow and pushed her home. Next morning he gets up, says to his wife, honey, look outside, see if we got any little piggies running around. I told you he was a school teacher. He didn't know much about farming. Same guy planted 9 chickens, none of them came up. She said, no, dear, there's no piggies running around. So he put the sow back in the wheelbarrow. He went right out there, and he said, well, I should have got a better boar. So he put the sow in the wheelbarrow and pushed her down the next place. Left her there all day, came back that night, put the sow in the wheelbarrow, pushed her all the way home. Next morning he gets up and he says to his wife, honey, look outside, see if we got any piggies running around. So she looked outside a second time. She said, no, dear, there's no piggies running around. He said, you know, I should have learned my lesson. I should have bought that expensive boar to begin with. So he went outside, he put the sow back in the wheelbarrow and pushed her down all the way to the corner, pushed her all the way half a mile the other way, left her there all day. Came back that night, reached in his pocket, he had a crisp $100 bill, he gave it to the farmer, put the sow back in the wheelbarrow, pushed her down the corner, all the way home. Next morning he looks out, he says to his wife, honey, look outside now, see if there's any piggies running around. So she very dutifully went to the window and looked out the kitchen window, and she said, no, dear, no piggies running around, but the sow's in the wheelbarrow. Those small towns have really interesting people. There was a lady that lived down the block from us. It wasn't Grandma Kavanaugh. It was another lady I used to do some things with. And when we heard this story about her in the meat market, actually, she went to the doctor and she said, Doc, I'm not feeling very good. I just thought I better come in and get a checkup. And the doctor said, what do you think's wrong with you? She says, well, I don't know. I just don't feel, I'm a little queasy. I think I should have a checkup. So the doctor says, well, I'm not sure I know how to examine you. What exactly is wrong with you? She says, Doc, I'm getting sick to my stomach, and I'm throwing up in the mornings, and I can't figure out what's wrong with me. She was 76 years old at this time. And the doctor said, well, let me take a blood test, and we'll do a little testing here and examine you. So he did, and he went outside, and they did some tests there, and he come back, and he said, well, I looked at the tests, and everything points to the fact that, Grandma, that you're pregnant. And she said, Doctor, there must be some mistake. I couldn't be pregnant. I'm 76 years old. He said, well, ma'am, he said that everything points to the fact that you're pregnant. All the tests seem to show it. So she said, well, Doctor, I got to use your telephone. So she went over and she dialed the phone up, back in the dialed phone days. And she dialed that thing up, and she gets on the phone, and she calls her husband, who at that time was 80. And she gets on the phone, and he answers the phone, hello? And she says, you old coot, you went and got me pregnant? And her husband says, who is this? My brother and I started cutting meat in the meat market when I was 12, and I didn't quite know what that meant. My grandfather just said, well, that just shows that you're only as old as you think you are, But there were just a lot of people like that. I remember during the Vietnam War, we had a fellow come home from the war, and back then, you could take the bus right out in the rural areas, and they'd drop you off in town, or they didn't have to go to the bus stop in Fort Dodge or anything. So they dropped this fellow off at the end of the lane. and he comes carrying this big old duffel bag all the way up the lane, and he enters this, they have a grove of trees around the farmhouse and the buildings, and he walks into that grove of trees, and just about that time, the screen door opens on the porch, and his father comes, and they meet about halfway in the middle of the grove of trees there, right in the yard where they park some of the machinery, and the father and the son shook hands, and he says, well, welcome home, son. I'm sure glad you made it safe from that war. And he says, did you accomplish anything? He said, Dad, I learned a lot. And he said, what'd you learn? He says, well, I learned how to use, for example, a grenade. And the father says, boy, a grenade, I don't think I ever saw one of those. He said, how does that work? He said, well, Dad, I just brought one home from the war. I got it right here. He pulled it out of his pocket, and he pulled the pin, and he leaned back, and he threw that thing as far as he could, and when it hit the ground, there was this huge explosion. It went boom, and all the dust was blowing everywhere. There were leaves coming off the trees. Feathers from the chickens were floating down in the air. And when the dust cleared, he heard the screen door open on the porch, and his grandmother walked out. Her dress was a little torn on one side. She was dusting herself off, and she said, boy, I'm sure glad I didn't let that one in the house. There was a lot of interesting people. And there's one more Pocahontas story I have to tell you. Where are you, Kathy? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Helping me tonight is Kathy Lynch from Victor, Iowa. Her husband, Wilmore. Kathy and I have worked together before. Her husband was superintendent of schools in Victor until he's recently retired, and Kathy taught school there. In 1967, 50 years ago, I was on my sixth try to try to compete in the Iowa State Fair Talent Contest, and that year we decided to do a little bit different number, and Kathy was the accompanist, and so she's very kindly agreed to help me here tonight, and the reason I wanted to mention her specifically is Kathy's maiden name is Sevchik. She's a Czech girl. Pocahontas was quite a Czech community, and several years ago, it would have been 2000, her mother, she had this mother who was a superwoman. Every student in my class, after they left home, until her mother couldn't do it anymore until just the last couple of years, would get a birthday card and a Christmas card from her mother. And she was quite super, but her mom wrote to me one time, and she said, she called me, and she said, Kathy's going over to the old country, and her daughter's at Luther College, and Kathy's going to go meet her over there, because Luther had a choir, and they had several music groups, and they toured several places in Europe, but they still do today, I think. So Kathy was going to go to the Czech Republic, wanted to know if there's any way I could help her find her relatives there. So she sent me this envelope, had an address on it. I said, well, heck, that's just a bus ride from central part of Prague. It's like a half-hour bus ride. So I introduced Kathy. I sent her a couple of names of people that had worked for me back when Gail and I owned a Mexican restaurant in Prague. And I don't know if any of you, some of you may not have known that. And Simona took Kathy out to the country, to this small town, and they knocked on a couple of doors. After a couple of false tries, they went to this house. And a lady came to the door, and they told the lady what she wanted. And she says, better let you talk to my husband. And man came to the door, and they had a scrapbook. In the scrapbook,
Kathy's picture. I still get all choked up when I think about it. They had the entire Pocahontas family in that scrapbook, and can't get it closer. And so anyway, Kathy has agreed to come help me out tonight. And before I get any more choked up, I should probably introduce you to a friend who helped me get through college and law school. His name is Benny Woodby, and he's a little shy. If you just give him a little hand, and maybe he'll come out and say hello. Okay. Sit down here. Okay. All right. Now, turn around. I don't want to. Turn around. The audience is the other direction. I know. I seen him. I don't want to look at him anymore. Oh, come on. Just turn around. I don't think so. Come on. You have to turn around. It's kind of rude to look the other way. Do I have to? Yeah, you have to. No, the other way. That hurts. All right. Well, you're supposed to be nice to the people. Be nice to the people? I can't even see them. Some of them I can see. They're staring at me. It's kind of rude, yeah. Looks like a museum. Bunch of stone faces sitting out there. No. This is our audience. First thing you got to do is give them a nice greeting. Give them a greeting? Yeah, you give them a greeting. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Hey. That ought to cover most of them. Couple of guys out there I'm not sure about. Yeah. After you give them a greeting, you gotta introduce yourself. Huh? You gotta introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. How do you do that? You say, how do you do? My name is so-and-so. That's all you do? That's all you do. I can handle that. Okay, go ahead. How do you do? My name is so-and-so. No. Say your name. Scott Olson. No. You can't use that name. Why not? He wouldn't know the difference. Come on. But he's no dummy. Takes one to know one. Now, come on now. He's in the audience. Oh, God. No. He's on the city council. I told you he was a dummy. Now, come on. I bet y'all thought I was going to say Donald Trump, didn't you? I can't use that name. He's out of the country. Yeah. Vladimir Putin's pulling his strings. And he's changing our policy for foreign policy right a minute. Yeah. There's a device that measures how often he changes foreign policy. It's called an egg timer. Now, come on. Yeah, you shouldn't pick on the Trump family. Why not? I don't, there might be a Republican in the crowd. Oh my gosh. Where are we anyway? Well, we're in New Bohemia. Really? Good. We're in the Czech Republic. No. No, we're in New Bohemia. There's a street here with shops. Really? Yeah, that's right. There's a shops here. You're supposed to say your name, by the way. Say your name. My name is Denny Woodby, and I'm the dummy, and I'm not Donald Trump. That Trump family's funny. Did you hear what happened last year? Well, I heard a lot of things that happened last year. I bet you didn't hear this. What happened? They used to live in the Trump Tower. Yeah, they lived in the Trump Tower. Yep. And they went down to Mar-a-Lago for some weekend. Yeah, they did. Yeah. And then they came back. When they were gone, that parrot died. The parrot died? Yep. They let the maid in charge. The maid was in charge of the parrot. Yeah, that parrot died. Oh, my. So she got upset, and she went out to the pet store looking for an identical parrot to replace him with. So she found one? Yeah, she found a parrot that looked just like him, just like the one that died. Yep. But the pet store said, now, do you want to be careful? This parrot used to live in a house of prostitution. Oh. So the maid says, well, that's okay. It looks just like the one we had. They won't know the difference. Okay, yeah. So then the Trump family came back. Yeah. Ivanka went through the room where the parrot was, and he was in a cage, Yeah, he was in a cage. Ivanka went through the room, and the parrot said, too young. Yeah. And then Melania went through the room and said, too old. Then Donald Trump went through the room and said, "Hi, Donnie." That's a terrible. It's a good thing the president is out of the country right now. Yeah, he's out of the country. He was in Asia. Yeah. He spoke at a university there. He did. Yeah, do you know that? He spoke at a university. Oh, that's good. Yeah, and some student says to him, "Hey, President Trump, can you tell us what the Roe versus Wade decision was?" So Trump waited a minute. I'd like to say he was thinking about it, but that's his presumptuous. Yeah. So did he answer? Yeah, he said, that was a decision that Washington made before crossing the Delaware. Roe versus Wade. Come on. Jeez. Now listen, you're being awfully mean. You should do something to entertain the folks. Huh? Entertain the folks. What for? Well, they're supposed to be here as an audience. They're trying to be an audience tonight. Okay. What should we do? Well, you see, I'm a ventriloquist. No. Yeah. That's right. You're a ventriloquist. No. It's ventriloquist. That's what I said. Ventriloquist. No. It's ventriloquist. Ventriloquist. No. Come on, say it with me. Trill. Low, quist, ventriloquist, ventriloquist. No, come on. Can you throw your voice? Of course I can throw my voice. If I had a voice like that, I'd throw it away. No. I like my voice. You're sick. You like that voice? Yeah, I like that voice. Well, can you talk without moving your lips? I can sometimes talk without moving my lips. Really, what can you do? Well, I can do a lot of things. Can you say bottle of beer? I can say bottle of beer. Yeah. I can say. I'll tell you what. I know the whole alphabet without moving my lips. I'll bet you can't. Yeah. You don't know the alphabet. You went to Iowa. Come on. Remedial alphabet here. No. I think I'll say the alphabet. Come on. We'll say it together. Okay. Let's do it. Okay. You say the alphabet. Hey, you got yourselves into this mess. No. You say the alphabet, and I won't move my lips. Okay. Everybody look then. Watch him move his lips. Okay, come on. Go ahead. The alphabet. No. Come on. No. One letter at a time. Okay, here we go. A, B, C, D, E. What's the matter? We're not even looking at the audience. How are they going to know if you're moving your lips? Oh, okay. I'll look at the audience. Look at the audience. I'm sure glad you're not looking at me. The breath is smelly. Now, come on. It stinks. Now, come on. I just brushed my teeth. I sure can't tell. It'll make me sick. You just threw up. Really? Well, at least you didn't hit my foot. Did I hit your foot? No. No, you're not supposed to do that when you're in front of a group. I'm sorry, I brought it up. Yeah, you should apologize. Yeah. Come on now, you're supposed just say the alphabet, okay? One letter at a time. Ready? Get set, go. Look at the audience. I'm looking. Aren't they ugly? No, come on now. Just look at the audience. Okay, here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. There. Well, did you move your lips? No, I know. Weren't you watching? No, you wouldn't turn my head so I could. Come on now. Listen, you're just embarrassing me here. Really? It's not hard. At least you're not standing on one leg tonight. Now, come on. Now, maybe we should do something a little more sensible. How about if we have you sing a song? That'll show them that you're a responsible person. Oh, I'm very responsible. Every time something goes wrong, I'm responsible. Now, come on now. We're gonna have you sing a song, okay? You know what? Can you do better than that? Now you can take your gloves off. Don't pick on Kathy. Sorry, Kathy. I know it's not your fault. I just don't know what the hell I'm doing up here. We're in the New Bohemia area, you know. Yeah, we're not far from. You want to make sure you don't do anything bad, or you have to go to confession over at St. Wenceslaus. Oh, you got a church here? Yeah, it's a Catholic church. I only know 2 words in Catholic. rhythm and bingo. And if you don't have the rhythm, bingo. Let's hear the arpeggio again there, Kathy. You gotta get my note. When, how's that?
That's good. Sing.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In a little Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. Ah!
That didn't sound like angels to me.
I looked at you. I thought I saw a ghost. You got to get some sun, buddy.
Come on, just sing the song.
When Irish hearts are healthy, oh, the world is bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are careful, it's a high note.
Okay, I know. It's a high note. I know. Go ahead, get it up. Go on.
And when Irish eyes are snug, I thought I said it was a high note.
Now, come on, go ahead.
Snug, snug. Come on, you're not doing very good.
Come on.
Snug, snug. Come on, squeeze it out. Snowing.
Finish the song.
Yet is still your time. Come on.
You done? Are you sure? Come on. Now, cut that out. Are you all right?
Well, the note got stuck.
I know the note got stuck. How come the note got stuck?
Well, move your little finger. No, Donnie, the other one is tickles.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Another thing, don't be playing on my G string, all right? Weirdo. Further, that you didn't know I could say that word without moving your lips. Come on.
Finish the song.
Yeah, it is still your heart away. Not bad, huh?
Well, you made a mess of that song. You really did. Now we're going to have to do something else to show them that you're a little more responsible.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, why don't you tell a little story?
I don't know any stories. I'm just a dummy.
Come on. Well, you must know some story.
I'm just a dummy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll teach you a story.
Oh, you're going to teach me a story?
Yeah, we'll teach you a story.
Okay. How about the little boy blue can blow your nose?
No. You want to tell that story?
Yeah, well, you could tell the story.
No. Okay. Well, let's do the story. You tell the story.
Okay, I got a story.
Okay. The little old lady. Tell the little old lady.
Okay. How's it go?
There was an old lady.
Okay. You sure? Yeah,
I was an old lady.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? Go ahead.
There was an old lady. Real old. No. That's
what did she do?
She lived in a house.
No. She lived in a shoe.
Kind of tiny.
Oh. We lost one of your props.
For God's sake. You should have get better masking tape. Pretty soon I'll lose my mouth. Now, come on.
Well, come on, tell the story.
There was an old lady.
Okay,
I got that.
okay, go ahead.
Real old.
No. What did she do?
She lived in a house.
No. She lived in a shoe.
Probably all she could afford in Cedar Rapids. Now, come on.
No. And she had so many children.
She didn't know when to stop.
No. She didn't know what to do.
Sounded to me like she did.
So she got out of, she wanted to quit, but she didn't instead. So she got out a gun and shot them all dead. Now, come on. You can do better than that. You think so? Yeah. That's not the way the story's supposed to go. Now, you gotta pick up your prop here, okay? How come? Well, because I was going to have you sing another song, but I think you should play your harmonica. Yeah, I play a harmonica. You know, tell the folks you play a harmonica. Yeah, I play a harmonica. I'm the only dummy that plays a harmonica. The rest of the dummies are in Congress. Yeah. And they're not rated very high. How would you rate the Congress? Can I use fractions? No, come on now. So you're going to play the harmonica? Yeah, I'm going to play a harmonica. You can actually play? Yeah. I got a harmonica right here. Yeah, I see you got a harmonica. Sounds like a harmonica. It's a harmonica, stupid. Now, come on. You're going to play it? Yeah, I'm going to play it. Okay. Okay, you ready to go? Here we go. How about that, huh? How about that? Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. Listen, you still haven't shown them how intelligent you can really be. How about if we do like a poem or something? Like what? Well, I'll tell you what. I've got a couple words that could be used in a poem, and so I'd like you to say a whole sentence that ends with the word bitter end. Bitter end? Yeah, go ahead. Come on. How's it go? Well, let me give you a demonstration. The armies fought from dawn till dusk. They fought till the bitter end. Got to do that? Well, make your own story up about the bitter end. Okay, here we go. Let's see. The dog chased the cat around the house, around the house, and around the house, and bitter end. I can't win with you. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, you got to be a dummy to win. You're only a lawyer that talks to himself. Yeah. I see there's a lawyer in the audience. Yeah, you know how to get a lawyer out of the tree? You cut the rope. Yeah, come on now. That's really, really, really bad. We don't want to get into those kind of stories. Okay, we won't. Okay. You can. No. No, I thought maybe I would teach you a story, and then you can tell it after I teach it to you. We're going to try this one more time. Okay, one more time. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay, now repeat each line of the story after me. Okay, you want the little dummy to repeat the lines after the big dummy. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I had in mind. Okay, here we go. Okay, go ahead. Peter. Benny, that's you're supposed to say Peter. Oh, you got to say that? Yeah, you got to say that. Oh, I thought you had to go. No. No. You got to say the lines of the story as I say them. Okay. Ready? Peter. Okay, go ahead. Your turn. Okay. Peter had a wife. There is trouble. No. No, you say the lines of the story. Had a wife, and he couldn't keep her. Who'd want her? No. He couldn't keep her. So you know what he did with her? He put her on display at the National Czech and Slovak Museum. No. He put her in a shoe, and they lived happily ever after, and that's the end of my story. You gotta be kidding. You think I was born yesterday? I'm not just a block of wood. You gotta tell that story. That's the dumbest story I ever heard. No. You gotta tell that story just to show them that you can repeat sensible things. Really? Okay.
You got to do that. Yeah, it's really a stupid story. No. You guys can all go to the bathroom if you want. Go buy a beer, do something. This is a dumb story I'm going to tell. Okay, come on. Okay, you don't have to listen to this. Come on, just tell the story. How's it start? Peter. No, I got to go. No. You gotta tell the story first. I gotta go. I can't wait. No. You have to tell the story. I can't really go. I gotta go. Let me go first, then I'll tell the story. No. You have to go. Tell the story, then we'll let you go. Okay. I can't wait. No, I really can't wait. No, come on. Just tell the story. All right. All right. Yeah. What do you mean tie it in a knot? No, I didn't say that. Just tell the story. Okay. How's it start? Peter. Oh yeah. Okay. Go on. Theater. Come on. Theater. How am I doing? Well, that's fine. Go on. Tell the story. Theater. Come on. Theater. Come on. Theater. Come on. Theater. The story. Theater. Benny. Theater. Benny. Theater. Benny. Theater. Benny. Theater. Hey. Theater. Hey. Aren't you going to tell the story? No, I'm all theatered out. Jeez, Benny, you just really have made a mess of things tonight. Yeah, I guess I have. Yeah, well, that's too bad. You know, what do you think President Trump would say if he heard you saying all these things? Oh, he'd probably say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. No, that's not quite right. What do you mean it's not quite right? It doesn't go that way? No, it doesn't. It's not supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. No. It goes like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. But if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilistic. We got all screwed up. Yeah, let's just go right back into the verse. Play it again, Kathy. The dummy forgot what he's doing up here. What part are we on? Okay, let's start over. Ready? Okay. Diddle, I, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Don't you know the sound of it is something quite atrocious? But if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm lost again. Okay. Let's start again, okay? They're crying out loud. I'm getting all twisted up here. Come on now. Okay, we'll do the verse first. Okay. Because I was afraid to speak when I did. Well, one day I learned a word that saved me aching nose. It's the biggest word you've ever heard, and here is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Benny, it's such a... We did it backwards, yeah. Okay, now you have to say goodbye to the folks and thank them for being a kind and gentle audience. Yeah, thank you for being an audience. Good. I think they're all drunk, and pretty soon they'll be anonymous. Yeah, come on. Now, is there anything else you'd like to say before we have you get back, say goodbye? Well, I just want you to all remember, if your parents don't have children, you won't either. Come on.
Now we'll put you in the suitcase. I ain't getting in there. No, it's where you came out of. I know, it's dark in there, and I got no John in there. Come on, just get in the suitcase. This is a nice, comfortable place for you. I don't want to be in there. Oh, you got to get in there. I don't want to get in there. Come on. It's dark in there, and I'll suffocate now. What's that? It's a plastic bag. We put it on your hair, keeps your hair neat so it doesn't get all messed up. I have to kill your bag. I'll suffocate. No, you're going to be just fine. Come on, now, get in there. I'm going to die in here. No. I got to go to the bathroom. No. You're going to be... Come on now, settle down. Come on now, let me out of here. Come on. Come on now, just get in the suitcase. You just keep that. I don't want this bag on my head. Give the bag to Scott Olson. He likes old bags. Now, never mind now. That wasn't very nice. You should apologize. I'm sorry, Scott. I didn't know you didn't like old bags. Come on now. Would you just settle down? Now, just get your hand out of there, you dirty old man. Now, come on now, just remain. Wait a minute. What's the matter? There's a termite in here. Oh. You mean that little black bug? Yeah, he's going to eat me up. Oh, come on, you're going to be just fine. I got to get that termite out of here. Just a minute, I'll kill him. Did you get him? Yeah, I got him. Is he dead? Yeah, he's dead. I think you're going to be just okay. Don't tickle me like that. I got my foot in my mouth. Now, never mind. Hurry up. Now, you sure he's dead? Yeah, I think he's dead. You're going to be just fine. Wait a minute. Come on, let me out of here. What's the matter now? There's 1,000 termites going to the funeral in here. Would you just say goodbye and thank you? Thank you, goodbye. Okay, thank you very much. A lot of people ask me how you become a ventriloquist, and it's very easy. I had a book on ventriloquism, and they teach you how to do this. You go in front of the mirror, and you look in the front of the mirror, and you smile real pretty, and you just practice talking without moving your lips, and you just then you got to learn how to do the various voices. Like there's the dummy voice, which you heard Benny using, and then there's the muffled voice. Stop that. Okay. Stop that. It echoes. Okay. And then you got to learn how to talk without moving your lips. And so you just stand in front of the mirror until you learn how to talk without moving your lips. And you just keep talking without moving your lips, you see, just like this. And then you take the voice out of your mouth and you stick it in your hand and you put it in your pocket and you squeeze it and you squeeze it. Then you take it and you throw it on the ground and you step on it and way down there. Way down there. And if you let your foot out, it comes right back up to you. And that's how you learn how to talk to. I forgot to tell you, I also, we had a school in Pocahontas for ventriloquists, the South Pocahontas Institute of Ventriloquism. And I did go there for a while, and what they teach you there is basically they give you a handful of marbles, you put the marbles in your mouth, and every day you take one of the marbles out of your mouth, and you just keep talking. And when you lost all your marbles, you're a ventriloquist. I appreciate Gail and Sharon Carmody Jones or Holmes, who suggested I come out here and volunteer to do this for the museum. I want to thank Sharon Carmody Holmes for suggesting that we come together tonight. Are you there, Sharon? Oh, yeah, she's right in front. Yeah. Sharon suggested it, and I want to thank everyone for this. I feel like this is my coming out party. I've been trying to be quiet all the time that Gail's worked for the museum. Now that she's retiring, I can come out of the closet. Yeah. Sharon she's a very involved, active citizen in this community. She's interested in a lot of things. In fact, I saw Chuck Grassley when he was coming home for the weekend last weekend. I was in the East Coast, and we got on the same plane with Grassley, and he said, Sharon called me last week about the budget. And he says, Sharon says, Senator, can you tell me how long it takes the government to spend $4 trillion? And Grassley said, well, I was going to go look it up, so I said, just a minute. Sharon said, that's what I thought. She hung up. One other thing we sometimes do, is there anybody who would want to help me? I need 2 volunteers. Does anybody would volunteer to come up here and help me do one final thing? Sharon, maybe Sharon. Sharon, can you come up? Yeah, we need one more. We need one more. Come on up and be my friend. No? Yeah. Okay, the stairway is right over here in that doorway. Okay. Okay, here they come. I think they went to the green room. They saw the booze. Okay. Okay. Are you okay? Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
You know him.
I do, yes. Stand right up. One of you stand here. Okay, and one of you stand here. Okay. And you're Sharon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Duh.
You don't have to say anything else. And would you tell the folks your name?
Bill.
Bill. Okay. Okay, Bill and Sharon. We're going to see if we can. Sharon and Bill. Benny would appreciate that. We're gonna see if we can help you sing a song. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with you, Bill. And just all you need to do is look at the audience, and I'm gonna grab a hold of your elbow right here, and I'm gonna squeeze. And when I squeeze, you just open your mouth real wide like this. You gotta look at the audience and do it. Yeah, very good. He's good, isn't he? Now we're gonna see if we can put a voice there. Yeah. Okay. That hurts. Okay, very good. Now he did pretty good, huh? It's your turn, okay?
What do I have to do?
Just look at the audience, and when I squeeze your elbow, you just say, just open your mouth. Open your mouth. I'll bet Scott Olson wouldn't speak. You're trying to put words in the ventriloquist's mouth. I know. Okay. This is harder than it looks, I know. Okay, open your mouth when I squeeze your elbow. Okay, only once. Now, can you do it twice? Okay. Let's see. Let's try it again. Hot.
You said just
Well, oh, I'm sorry. You want me to? I'm just gonna squeeze your elbow. That's it. Okay, let's try it again. Yo. You have a delayed reflexes, I know. You gotta concentrate. Okay, here. Let's get this over with. I'm dying up here. Yeah. Okay, come on. You. We're gonna do it twice. You. Okay. Hot damn. Okay, very good. Okay, we're gonna sing a song now. And Bill's gonna start, and Sharon's gonna come in. When I squeeze your elbow, you just open your mouth. And you'll know what to do, okay? Ready? How much is that doggy in the window? Oh, the one with the wiggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy's for sale. They did a great job. How about it? You guys are great. That's all we can do. No more damage tonight. I apologize to Scott Olson and to Sharon. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Sharon. And Benny and I will be hanging around if anybody wants to say hello. Thank you for being such a kind audience and for coming to support the museum.